Miss Burke, why do you always do that? No, I can't. We have to arrange that. One day I shall. I shall. I shall. I shall. I shall arrange that. I shall. I know I'm late, guys. It's been a whopping busy day. A whopping busy day. But I shall. I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. I am here. I am present. I will be present for any questions because this is a Q&A session tonight. There's nothing really set. The only thing I have set is to explain what's going to be happening in 2025 with it says 9 steps, but it's actually an 8-step program because one of the steps I will be actually two of the things. A couple of the things I'll be referring out to until I can get myself together, and that's going to be happening soon. And I'm good at doing referrals and making sure agencies I send people to are doing what they say they're doing for the community. So because it was so busy today, I did not have time to put up our mental health check-in again this week because it's been really busy. Between the holidays and the first of the month, people are trying to get their bills paid, making sure they don't owe anybody anything, or paying Rob Paul to pay Peter, things of that nature. Hey, Tamika, it's really rough. Even though the holidays are the holidays, you want to see family. You want to think, want to go shopping, try to get everybody what they want for, that special someone or their loved one, or even your kids. You still have to maintain life, bills, those things. So it gets really rough around the holidays. So even here, even here. My husband said something today, and I turned around when he said that, like, slowly, like, when he walked away, like, so we can do our midweek check-in now. And I am quite tardy. I don't even have my watch on. Okay. So that tells you what type of day I had today. I kept looking down at it. I see my old watch over there in the bag. I was like, I'm going to sell my watch, babe. He was like, okay, just put it on eBay. I digress. I don't have any tea tonight. I have water. Anybody that knows me knows I drink a gallon of water a day. I had a puddle of water. I had one of these. One. I didn't even drink my coffee. I didn't even drink my coffee. That's how tremendously busy it was. Where I work at, even when I went out for my lunch break, and I normally don't go out for my lunch break, but I needed to get a couple of things, and my lunch break was for an hour. When I looked back up, I was late getting back for my lunch break, 15 minutes. So I have water. And a gallon of water with these is equivalent to 6 bottles. This is, how many ounces? This is 16.9 ounces. This is bottle number 2. I can actually guzzle it, but I'm not going to do that on. Somebody said it sounds like me in the past couple of days. Man, I feel like a chicken with my head cut off. It's a good feeling because I have goals, and and I was looking at some things from last year that I wrote down. Remember, guys, I wrote down my goals for 2025. I wrote them down. Everybody should be doing that. There's no New Year's resolutions. This shouldn't be. We're too old in the game. I have 4 years. Maybe I'll put it down to 3 because this year's gone until I'm 50. I stopped doing the New Year's resolutions once I turned 40. I was like, girl, when that light bulb go off. I start my New Year's resolutions before Halloween because I know what I need to accomplish, and I have high goals for myself. Very high goals for myself all the time. All the time. And now that I'm Miss Bird in 3 years. Miss Bird says she'll be 70. You don't need to put your age out there, honey. We know you blessed with, the life and famous fountain of youth. Don't be doing that to people. That's my best friend, guys. He's on Instagram. I have YouTube on the left side of me. I have my friendly people on Facebook in the middle, and I have IG on the right. So I'm feeling good. I've accomplished a lot of goals that I set out, and when I actually started back up my nonprofit, because this is not my nonprofit, the Cottage House, is not just something that I just bam ran off with. This thing has been into fruition since 2012. Since 2012. She said, God, only God. Yes, bless. Let's call him out. Call him out. So this thing has been in fruition since 2012. It was planted. It was seeded. It was growing since then. But, God is taking full control of this thing. And I was reading all my books that I had. I had so many books piled up here on the chair. And then my husband was like, he's getting tired of the books piling up on the chair. He can't really lay down. Kick his feet up. And so now I got him on the couch. I'm in on the couch. Now I have him on the chairs and on some clothes that we have for our homeless friends that we give out. But I'm getting stuff done. I'm getting out the way. So while I'm trying to get my life skills classes started, I'm also trying to write my 3rd book. It's been a lot. Let's do our midweek check-in. So I'm right now, if I can say, I'm feeling relaxed and friendly. So that's a light blue emoji heart, the light blue emoji heart, despite my high appearance of stress. My other best friend, Dave, was like, you doing too much. I'm not going to ask my husband nothing. I'm not. And then I have a new supervisor at work. And she's like, what do you do for self-care? And I was like, that is my self-care. No, I go to church and I'm at the altar and I ask God for refuel, rejuvenation, and I thank him and I go back at it. My self-care is listening to my husband when he tells me no. And I get mad. And I pout. And then I let him take care of me. Because yesterday he was like, she never tells me anything good about myself. And I was like, you're a liar. You're a liar. But that's my self-care. My husband evens me out. He does not allow me to push him over and do all the madness that I do in my life. And I thank him for that. I need that balance in my life. Because without the balance, 24 hours would not be 24 hours to me. I would not sleep. I will be doing something for the whole 24 hours. So I'm feeling really relaxed and friendly. I'm getting things done. I'm thinking of ideas. I'm writing things down. My friend was like, "You have ADHD hyper," and I was like, "I'm not claiming it. I'm sorry, sir. I'm not claiming it at all." So put some emoji heart up there if you're going through something. Let me know. So if you're doing great. Put the red emoji heart up there. If you're okay, put the blue emoji heart up there. If you're mad, put the little yellow emoji heart up there. If things are tough and you're struggling, put the green emoji heart up there. If you're having a hard time and you wouldn't mind if someone was to reach out to you, put the purple emoji heart up there. I will reach out to you. Trust and believe I will. I will just inbox me. I will reach out to you. If you're in a really dark place, put the broken emoji heart up there. Again, I will reach out to you. And I said this last week, and I'm going to say it again because there's boundaries here. There has to be boundaries that has to be drawn. I had a couple of people call, message me, and I talked to them for a while, and then I gave them some information, and they keep calling and messaging me. This is not something as for therapy. I cannot be your therapist. I will give you contact information for you to call if you would want therapy, but this is not a therapy session. I will listen to you. I will give you some type of assurance. I can pray with you, but I'm not a therapist. I'm not licensed to be a therapist. I have my master's in psychology. I'm going back for my LPC. I can give you some resources, but I'm not a enabler. Let's just say that. I can help you with your issues. I can direct you to where you need to be with those issues, but no therapy sessions. That will not happen with me. I don't even do that with my family. Deb, tell her. We don't do those. So I can message. You can message me anytime, no matter what time it is. I will get back to you, no matter what city you're in. Even if you're on Pluto, I will get back to you. I promise you. That's my word. I will get back to you. But it's not going to be several times. I'll give you the resources. I'll even research the resources. If you're in Florida and you need resources, I'll get you the resources. But I'll call there first, and I'm going to talk to people and get some information before I go back to you and give you those resources. Because some agencies don't do what they say they're going to do. I'm just going to let you know. They don't. They get funding for things, and they don't they're not kind to people. They're not. So I research things. But I can't enable people. That's not my job. That's not what I do. If you're having some harmony and balance in your life, put that pink emoji heart up there. If you're feeling optimistic and uplifting, put that orange emoji heart up there. And I see Tamika has that light blue heart. So you feeling relaxed and friendly too. Hey girl. All right. If you are feeling really poopy, put the poopy emoji heart up there with the brown emoji heart. Sometimes you feel that way. Sometimes you just don't. You're not regulated. We're not in a good spot. If you're having some mixed emotions, some blankness, innocence, and minimalism, put a white emoji heart up here. You just don't want to minimal of anything. Minimum people, minimum work. You don't want to think. Just if you're feeling cool and self-restraint, put the gray emoji heart up there. And again, if you're relaxing and friendly, put the light blue emoji heart up there. If you're having some sadness and anger, put that black emoji heart up there. Again, I did not put this up there today. It was madness. Miss Berg, you're just all white today. That's awesome. I can put this up if you want to snatch it and use it on your timeline. That's perfectly fine to talk to people. Even if you want to just snatch it up and use it with family members and friends, your teenagers, it's cool. I have others for youngsters. It's faces. Some of them are animals. And when emojis first came out, they were just faces. the sad face, the happy face. I still have those. They don't exist anymore, I guess, but I still have those. I used them when I was in outpatient services with my teenagers when they didn't want to talk to their parents, and they didn't want to talk to me either. So it didn't make a difference. But I would use them and tell them to check off how they were doing throughout the week, and we would talk about it. That's how we would talk and converse in therapy, and they loved it. So I still have those. I'll screenshot them if you want me to. Just let me know. So tonight is just a free going thing. As I said, I don't have a set limit here. So tonight is just Q&A. If you guys have questions about anything, it's just freely type it in the chat, and as I see it, I will answer the questions. I am an open book. If it's something that I just feel as though it's too private and personal, I will ask you to leave it in the message box if it's about you or if it's about me, and I feel as though I want to answer it through the message box later on, I will. Again, I'm an open book. My I guess some of my business is not everybody's business, but I can do that. Shoot, guys, shoot. Until that happens, I'm going to tell you about it says, well, let's just start out with last year. Ending last year is for 2023, right? And I was saying that the cottage house, some of my goals was to start a monthly support group. That hasn't happened yet. And I was supposed to start the launch of my life skills support classes. Those two things has not happened yet because things have happened in my life unforeseeable. But this ties in so keenly. God works things out. Hey, Pastor Rice, God works things out so much that we don't even see before we see it. Now, not saying that I wanted him to work it out this way, but it just happened. It just happened. So my monthly group, it was supposed to be every third Saturday, and time was supposed to be determined. But at the time last year, when I was working, my working hours were not good working hours for me to even try to fathom to do this. I worked 11:30 in the morning to 8 o'clock at night. Now, hallelujah, thank you, Jesus. God made it happen. I work 8 o'clock in the morning to 4:30 in the afternoon. So I can try to squeeze this in. So I'm going to write that down. And it's supposed to go in my prayer journal, actually. Shout out to anybody that's on here from 24/365. I know I missed the 9 o'clock prayer, but I'm going to be writing that down in my prayer journal to make sure I establish the third Saturday. I don't know if I'm with the support group in the afternoon, and it might be in the afternoon. Maybe I'll take a survey. I know it's not going to be in the morning because my husband's like, no. He ain't even moving his mouth, but I know he's saying no. So it might be in the afternoon. I'm just going to write that down, and I'll do a survey. I'll ask Instagram and Facebook for a survey. What's a good afternoon time? Maybe around 2 to 4, 2 or 4, around the area. And I didn't launch the group, a support group, or the my life skills classes because I had a lot of death in my family. That just knocked the wind out of me. I lost my father last year, and then this year I lost my grandmother and my mother. Everything stopped. Everything, especially for my dad, it stopped. And so me and my husband was in the kitchen while I was trying to eat my salad really quickly. It was so awesome. He sat with me while I ate my salad, and I was talking about the life skills. So if you don't know what life skills is, it's defined as the abilities that help manage everyday activities and promote mental well-being. That's our daily life skills. So those things are like critical thinking, decision making, self-awareness, and creativity. Just the basic things we do every day are life skills. Other things can be like communication, resilience, making connections, taking on challenges, focus, self-control, and self-directed things that we do. But it's basically coping with and managing our lives in a healthy and productive manner. Now, because I had death and loss in my family, I was not able to cope and manage my life as well as I was supposed to last year. And so my critical thinking about facts and forming judgment was totally off. My decision making to recognize and gather information was totally off. My self-awareness to understand my feelings and to challenge things was not there. I was numb. My creativity to recognize ideas and use them for problem solving, that was key. That was the one thing I had maintained. We all know that grief and death hits. It's going to come, right? We're here. We're here serving a purpose. While we're serving a purpose, we live, we work, we enjoy each other, we make memories, but death comes. Um, if you're a born again certified Christian, amen. Thank you, Jesus. You believe in your faith. You know that you have eternal life, and so death may not be an everlasting thing for you, because it's not an everlasting thing for me. Once this temple, this body goes, I know I'm going to see my Father, my Creator, because that's what He promised me. I'm going up yonder, right? This is not my home, okay? But the loss of my father knocked me out cold. I know what God promises me, but this flesh, that knocked me out cold, because my dad prepared me for that time. He told me about it 6 years ago, and when the time came, I was devastated. um I had support, but not the right support. I felt alone. I felt that I had to carry everything, and my dad already told me that I had to do everything. I had to do absolutely everything. And so my mental health, even, and I'm already diagnosed with depression. And diagnosed with depression um in 2001. Able to cope, able to work, and because I did not want to go down that rabbit hole, that Alex in Wonderland hole, I made sure that I checked in with myself. I made sure that I called in to my sister. I made sure, but it still got a hold of me. Now, I maintained what did the kids be saying? Life be life and huh? That's what they say. Life be life. And so this non-step program that I have, um, it's kind of like, if you can familiarize yourself with, it's like a personalized, person-centered, for each person to align themselves with hope specifically for that person. It's, hope, goals that's obtainable to that person's needs, who may or may not have experienced, witnessed, or have been involved in any trauma. That can be anybody, guys. We have all, because if somebody talks to you about something that they've been through, you've witnessed secondhand. If you've seen something on the internet and it's been on there multiple times, you've witnessed. Me and my husband was talking about the civil unrest that happened, the Black Lives Matter, the police brutality, the youth killing them, killing so much, the opioid crisis. It was so much that we were talking about that took place for, we've witnessed. So when we talk about life skills and the ability to help manage everyday activities and to promote mental well-being, who has not gone through? Drop a pen. I need my pen because I talk with my hands. I talk with my hands. People don't like that when you talk with your hands. I need my pen. Because then I start to point, and then people are like, who you pointing? Thank you, baby. So, in my mind, therapy works. It does. I was outpatient. I did the biopsychosocials. And I did that for 6 years. But what I seen was people coming back and forth. It's a revolving door. And there's a lot of issues why it's a revolving door. Some people don't fit with their therapist. Some people don't feel as though they're getting help, the help that they need. Some people are coming because they're mandated to come to therapy. They don't want to be there in the first place. That's your kids when, mom and dad is saying you need to go because you're showing off, or the school is saying to mom and dad, your kid needs to go to therapy. But therapy works because I'm a therapist that needed a therapist, and I still have one. God's first. I go to him first. I go to God for every single thing. Every decision I make, I take it to God first. And usually I would move before I got an answer from God. Now I wait. And in that waiting, I write. I listen to my music. I read my word. I wait some more. And I'm not talking to anybody about what I have discussed with God and what I'm waiting for. Because that can get messy. Because your flesh wants something. And that's when the ears start to get itchy. Because the devil's listening as well. I just wait. It's just me being intimate with my Lord and Savior. I've learned that. Not to tell everybody your business, and it's okay because in your therapy session, it's just you and your therapist. And so with your life skills, it's kind of like having that peer specialist, but it's more deeper. So who has not had experience or have witnessed or been involved in any type of trauma? And so with this, with the life skills, you're looking at the entire system, just not mental health. You're looking at the physical, emotional, the safety, and the psychological and spiritual to rebuild a sense of control and empowerment. That whole system, I see the whole system has to be looked at. It has to. It's like a car. I only say car because my dad loved cars and he used to talk about cars, and I understood that analogy. He said, baby girl, I'm gonna go work on your brakes. And I'm like, okay, daddy. And he be like, as soon as your brakes get worked on, let's do this, tune up and oil change. I'm like, why today? He be like, if you don't do it today, your brakes will be good, but now you're running your oil's gonna get bad. Let's do this tune up. Do the tune up, and you might as well go here and get the oil stuff changed, get it all done right now, so it doesn't pull on your engine and everything. And I'm like, okay. He said it's just self-maintenance. And so with your physical health, if you maintaining your physical health, you're maintaining your mental health, because your body is everything. God put us together so distinctively. When we read Genesis, and he say he created the waters and the earth, and then he created man, and then he took a rib from man, and then he created woman. We just think he just blew and man appeared. How many bones we got on our body? Let's just think about that part first. Oh, my husband's about to tell me. 206 bones in the human body. And the brain.
80 bones in the skull alone.
80 bones in the skull alone. And our brain. We don't even use the whole brain. We don't use our full brain. And you think the creator just blew? He took his time with us, because we're made in his image and his likeness. And so you have to take care of your physical, your emotional, your psychological, and your spiritual. The whole system has to be taken care of. And so what I seen that outpatient was, people would come and they're stressed out. And yes, they do have depression, and yes, they do have anxiety, and yes, they may be hearing voices. But what's going on at home? What's going on in school? What's going on in their community? Can't get a job. Oh, they were just shooting on my block last night. Oh, they raided the house across the street. I couldn't sleep. I'm stressed out. I got high blood pressure. I can't buy my medication. All of these things factor in. And it plays a role in our life skills. If this plays a role, everything will be out of sorts. So we're talking about personal development planning. We're talking about professional referral services such as substance abuse prevention, individual therapy services, vocational development, possibly transitional housing, because people have difficulty maintaining housing, PHA, senior living, if you're renting, interpersonal development skills. I think that's it. That I had written down. Oh yeah, money management. I'm sorry, money management is an issue, because I'm gonna just keep it a being with you. My dad didn't have life insurance. He could not get any because how sick he was. And that worried him a lot. It worried my dad a lot. Like, baby girl, I don't want to leave this on you. His mom passed before him. His grandmother passed. My Gigi passed, and my great grandmother passed before him. His father passed before him. And so, if your mom's gone, your dad's gone, who's left to bury you? I'm not even sure if he was still married or not. He wasn't married to my mom. But who's left to bury you? Your children are. And again, thank God that he knew his baby girl. I said, it will be all right. Don't worry about it. I have you. Don't worry about anything. And so that gave him some peace of mind. A little bit of peace of mind that when it was time, whatever time God gave him, he would be okay, in a sense, to have a proper service. Um, Money management is a big thing. Like, I mean, we all have, sometimes we run into those issues with, like, right now. Yes, thank you, baby girl. Yes, right now money is tight, and it's going to get tighter. To be honest with you, things are not looking to be better. And how many of us, just put your hand up, how many of us are thinking like we're already stretching our dollars, thinking about getting another job or a part-time job, or what can I do to survive? You go to the supermarket. I was like, I'll go to Aldi's, and I mean, Aldi's is a good store. I go to ShopRite, and if the creamer's not on sale, I'm leaving out the store. I buy a certain thing of water, and if the water is not on sale, I'm not buying it. I just put a filter on my sink, but if the filter is not for me to drink water, because I still buy bottled water, the filter is to make sure I'm washing my dishes. I can't buy bottled water and pour the water in my sink to wash my dishes. The water here is horrible, but I still have to bathe in it. I still have to wash my dishes in it, and I still have to give the water to my dogs, my fur babies. So I had to get a filter for my sink. That's what the water department told me to do. Get a filter. I'm supposed to be changing the pipes out, the last of the pipes. So that's a thing. Like, how am I going to manage my money? The money that I'm making is Deb said move down south. Hint, hint. Vocational training. A lot of our young ones are going to school. They're going to school. They're in college. They're in trade school. But hey, once they get out or halfway through, they're finding out that they don't even want to take the courses they're taking. They're like, it's not even worth it. Substance counseling. How difficult is it for someone to get in substance counseling? Excuse me, someone to get in substance counseling, substance use, and they're struggling. They've been through counseling so many times. They've been to inpatient, intensive outpatient. They've been through it so many times. They have to find a program that works for them. Building community involvement. That's one of the things that you have to have. It has to be a community thing. It has to be a village. You must have that village. I love my church. I love 24/365. It's a village. It's a community. And it's genuine. If you was from 6 and A, shout out to 6 and A. We had a community. We had a village. Those are 20 and 30-year relationships that we have. We still look out for each other. You need that. And you have to have leisure activities. If you're working 16, 15-hour shifts just to make ends meet, like my supervisor asked me today, Kimble, what do you do for self-care? I was like, let my husband take care of me. But then I said, no, I do take time off. I take time off. I do two major trips around his birthday and our wedding anniversaries in the same month. So I, try to combine that and do a trip. And sometime maybe in the winter time we'll take a trip. So I don't take off work unless I'm sick, and I try not to get sick. And my other trip is to see my girlfriend. That's the two trips. I enjoy my job. I like what I do, as you can see, because I love to talk. And that's what my job entails. I talk to people. I try to help them out. I try to listen. But just those 9 steps, your personal development, your professional, is the professional services. Again, the professional services is substance abuse prevention. It's prevention. Individual therapy services, vocational development, that transitional housing, and into I think that's the only ones, those 3. So that's those 3 will be outsourced through direct referrals or community referrals. This will be via I'm trying to think if I'm going to do this via YouTube, and I'll have a link that'll connect Facebook, and this is going to also be on the weekend. But these classes will be funded, so they'll cost no cost. I haven't worked out the kinks and stuff yet. I'm still brainstorming. I'm still getting a professor of mine and then my daughter-in-law to help me with some things. But this is what I've been working on, and I'm itching to get started. I've gone to school, learned the language, learned the modalities, and I want to teach them my way. I have seen these programs work on children, because I worked with someone that was 13. Now she's 21, and she's in college, and she's busting her butt doing her thing. I've seen this program work with someone that dropped out of high school, got a GED, was a welfare recipient, went back to school, got her bachelor's, got her master's, and she's doing her thing. If this program can work for them, it can work for anybody. You just have to be ready. You just have to take your time and be real within yourself. This program is not for somebody that is not ready to work. I'm going to be honest with you. If you're not ready to work and put in the work, because it's a one-on-one thing. It's one-on-one. It's a one-on-one program. The class is going to be maybe 6 to 8 people in a class with specifically me, but you're going to be checking in like a peer specialist with just me, and it'll be on either Tuesday. Thursday and a Friday. I'm trying to get that schedule worked out. And I am very, I wouldn't say particular when it comes to making sure your goals are obtainable, making sure your short-term and your long-term goals are obtainable. But you have to want to work on you. And again, I don't enable people. Really, Zeus? So no question, guys. None of y'all don't have any questions for me. You don't want to ask any questions. It can be, again, it can be anything you want to ask. Just if you want to get personal, just leave it in a message box, because I can answer the questions. Any questions? What you mean that we out? You mean on a trip? Oh, and I have to do, because remember last year I read the Forbes survey for health. The top resolutions for 2024 was improve fitness, finances, mental health, drinking less for dry January, traveling more, meditating regularly, and performing better at work. That was for last year for Forbes survey for Forbes. I'm going to look up this year and see what's going to be the New Year's resolutions for this year for Forbes. So that'll be interesting to look up and see what it'll be. And again, I don't make resolutions. I start my goals at the beginning of the month, and today is the 4th, so I'm off and running already. That's why my husband was looking around the house like he came in like and went straight up the steps. He went straight upstairs. And I was like, I'm almost finished. He was like, okay, I'm almost finished. I have a book and a pen directly right near my bed, because I'll wake up and I'll write something down. I will write something down. God gives it to me all the time. And I have a microphone. I know I have it on, you have it on your phone, but I'm old school. I bought a microphone and I walk around with the microphone either in my pocket or in my purse or whatever. And as soon as I get a thought, I'll tape it, record it, and keep it moving. And so, the 5 heartbeats, when the guy was picking up the papers up and was putting the song together, that's how I am. Now I'm going like, wait a minute, I got something. So for my book number 3, God was like, that book was supposed to be already out, written, everything. I was like, I can't. My dad died last year, and my yeah, but the book is supposed to be, and I was like, you can't be serious. He gave me a flash of, because I work on Wednesdays at home. He gave me a flash of my office space over there, and I was like, what's over there? And he's like, everything that you needed. I came upstairs, I took everything away and piled it up on the chair, like 3 piles of stuff, 3 piles of a big mess. My husband was like, what are you doing? And he's like, your book is already in here. And so there's no pile there anymore. I have a pile on that chair, some papers on that chair. It's organized chaos, let's just say. And I started writing today. And so I'm in a good space. Well, it's almost 10 o'clock. No questions at all. Y'all crazy, man. All right. So let me tell y'all what I'm doing. One of the fabulous ideas I got today. I am going to be doing a Pass the Mic to Family Edition. I believe I want to do it in March of 2025. I just don't have a date. And I'm going to try to have it at my church. Everything. Say, you need to sit down. I'm sorry. I'm talking to my dog. You don't see what he's doing. You need to sit down. Mm-hmm. Did he go outside yet? Okay. Yeah, that's where you need to go.
Come on.
I don't have no more kids, but that's. I digress. Pass the mic to Family Edition, March 2025. I just got to solidify a date, location, solidify location at Revival Christian Church. Old school versus new school. One of the biggest things with families is communication. Children don't know how to communicate with their parents, and parents have a slight communication agenda with the children. So that'll be one of the things we'll be discussing, and some activities will be happening. It's going to be a blast. Trust me. The way my mind think, I got this. I'll get all that worked out before our next Wednesday. I will be selling 3 types of baskets. I have my hurt people. Oh, turn it around. Heal people. Hoodies. If you haven't seen them, they come in white or blue with white letters on there. With my books, When Horrible Things Happen, Revealing the Secret to Break a Curse, or my healing journal, it's going to be in a little basket. And this is going to be going for $55. Little basket. Got what, 2 of these? So one white hoodie, one gray hoodie, $55. Both hoodies are extra larges. Then I have um t-shirt that says healed people heal people. The t-shirt book basket's going for $30, so you get the t-shirt book, both books for $30. Of course, it's a little cute monkey. It's a cute monkey. And then the last one here is the book, both books, and the coffee mug that says healed people heal people. That's $40. Great Christmas presents for anybody that wants to give a gift of understanding trauma, learning how to heal. Wonderful gifts. The books will be signed, individualized. I know I don't know who you're giving them to. but they will have their own individualized message inside. Um, let me know. I have the sizes um, for the t-shirts and the hoodies. And there's also some other shirts. It's a He's Irresistible shirt that I'll have up there. There is a Cottage House shirt that's a 2XL. He's Irresistible shirt that's an extra large. Um, I'll take pictures of the shirts and I'll put them on. I can't put them on my book website because that's specifically for my books. But these will be on. I think it's only 8 baskets that in total that I'm going to be doing. Just 8. So these are 3. So I think it's just 4 more or something like that I'll be doing. Take pictures of it and I'll put them up there with the sizes of the hoodies in them. Let me know if you want them. Inbox me. Let me know what the size of the shirt and I'll get them to you. All right, guys. That is tonight's show. You guys were easy on me. That was shocking. Let's do this dance again. Be safe out here, guys. And I will tell you, if you do not know your fundamental rights of freedom, please learn the 14th Amendment, your due process. Your group of rights that the Supreme Court recognizes as being fair, legal, and are also rights that are listed within the Bill of Rights. Remember your fundamental rights to freedom. You have a right to interstate and intrastate travel. You have a right to equality. You have a right to assemble. You have a right to bear arms. This is in the Second Amendment. Learn these. Know these. Have a good night, people.